Welcome back everyone to the complete Pineleaf. I had finally made it to the Rohirrim Scout Camp and I spoke with Prince Theodred over there, but it looks like Saradin also wishes to speak with me. Pineleaf, when I and my companions first came here, we noticed almost at once a queer stillness about the forest. There's undoubtedly a foul presence at work here, and I would wager that Gwillian has something to do with it. But thus far, we have been unable to find the source. Perhaps you'll aid us in this task? There are two trees, one to the northwest and one to the southwest, which were clearly once used in some Dunlanding ritual. One is called the Mustering Tree, for it is where the forces of Dunland gathered to go to war against Gondor and Rohan long ago. The other is called the Tree of Tribute, for a brave Dunlanding warrior stood alone there against the strong force of their enemies and sacrificed himself to allow his clan to escape. Search these places for any clues, then follow the signs wherever they may lead. When you discover the source of the evil there, return to me. It has provided I have provided you with tools to dig with, should the need arise. So I need to go to the mustering tree, where I need to go anyway to check for a watchful presence. What a coincidence! Let's head down there. Now, how is this mustering tree? Because they said that this tree was long ago that it was used for this mustering. I'm wondering, how old could this tree be then? It sort of makes me wonder, because it was obviously a notable tree even then if they used it to gather. Now, that's a pretty old tree, I must admit. I don't know what kind of tree would take on that shape. That's the thing, is I'm not too familiar with that kind of a tree, so I find nothing of importance here. So I found nothing at the mustering tree, so let's go to the Tree of Tribute. So how old could that tree be? Is it, well, as I said, it can't be a young. It has to go back to the last war where it was already a prominent tree by then, that they would have used it as a gathering spot. But it has to be a slowly growing tree, probably, because fast growing trees tend to have shorter lifespans. So here's the Tree of Tribute. I mean, look at that trunk. That's a really, really huge trunk. The earth around the tree's roots has been disturbed, which I suppose is... Yeah, all right, let's look around here. Ah, all right. I think this is what we want here, right? Ah, of course. Quest item. You should use the pick Saradin gave you to dig the disturbed earth in the tree. Alright. There's nothing obvious that tells you except for that little notification there that you've found it. You have discovered another evil token. But a Kuthral attacks me as I discover the token. Oh, come on. I think this guy's... Alright. Nochoth. Nochoth. And that leaves me just one more place to go to, and that is the Dunland... Well... I was going to say the Dunlanding camp. But apparently this orc has decided to intervene. Now, get to the camp. Of course, I get another quest item. Upon his banishment, the Kuthral Nulhuth dropped a token similar to those dug up from beneath the Tree of Tribute. You should bring these 3 tokens to Saradin at once. Alright, apparently that's more important than going back and checking out the Dunlandings then. And since I have to be right next to him when I discovered that I had something with me. Hello, I found these.
What can I do for you?
Indeed, these medallions confirm what I suspected all along. I thought that Gwillian might have allies in Dunland, and it seems I was right. One of these tokens bears the mark of the goat, the Drugavar summoned by the old woman of the mountain. This one bears the mark of the stag, and the third is the ox, clans we encountered here in Dunland. Alright. Oh, okay. The stag and the ox are clans they encountered at Dunland. Goat was a separate thing. Alright, I guess I was wondering, wait a minute, when did we run into a goat clan? No, I guess there isn't a goat clan, at least not that I know of. But let's see, vitality, yeah. Yeah, the rewards are still bad. While you were away, Andrag sent a message to me. He came upon a grove where creatures of darkness haunt the Gravenwood. With your tale, the Kuthral at the Tree of Tribute, and your discovery of these tokens, it is clear that Gwillian is near at hand. Go meet with Andrag and see that what assistance he may require. You may find him near a place called the Slade of Shadows, from a distance to the south. Okay, the Slade of Shadows. That sounds like a real fun name. This one's quite a hike to this Slade of Shadows, and I still need to kill a number of these birds here in Dunland. So you see me taking every opportunity I can in order to kill the Kraban. That's why. But here's Andrek.
What brings you to the wilds of Enedwythe?
It's good to see you, Pineleaf. If you peer around the rock to the south, you will see that trouble is brewing in this place. I have need of your aid. Ooh, what's going on?
The Grey Company has need of your services.
I thank you again for coming. When I found the Slade of Shadows, I did not expect it to be so utterly inhabited by evils from the ancient world. I avoided detection for a short time, but I did not wish to risk betraying our presence here to the enemy. It may be, though, that one such as yourself, with no true tie to the Dunedain, might be able to confront the foe without breaking the secrecy of the Grey Company. Will you lend me your aid and be my bait? I mean, yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh, what else do you need me to do? Oh, of course. 4 quests. I might as well remove that since they're all here.
The Grey Company has need of your services.
Among the creatures inhabiting the Slade of Shadows are the Drugavar. The presence of these fell spirits is a clear sign that the old woman of the mountain is near at hand, for it was she who summoned them first to Enedwythe. As you investigate the Slade of Shadows, banish as many of the Drugavar as you're able. Such fell creatures cannot be allowed to enter our world, for their combined power may prove the undoing of the free peoples. Right. Kill evil goats. Well, obviously, this game must be written by archaeologists because archaeologists don't distinguish between sheep and goats, so that's why I'm saying. So calling the quest Baba Black Sheep.
The Grey Company has need of your services.
Among the fell spirits, I noticed amid the trees of Slade of Shadows, I saw many of the wisps of the Dunlandines call Ilhuadan. These spirits are perhaps the least of the Dark Lord's minions, but in large numbers they may prove dangerous still. As you investigate the Slade of Shadows, take some time to banish the Ilhudan. they may lead none else to their doom. Oh, so that they may lead none else to their doom. Okay, now I understand that. And first, Mystery of the Trees.
Will you aid the Grey Company?
Before I retreated to the rock, I was able to glimpse what appeared to be some small altars and a cauldron set between the large trees at the heart of the Slade. While you hunt the creatures within the Slade, try to get a glimpse of the structure. Perhaps we can learn what purpose they serve. Alright, so examine the cauldron and the 3 altars. And finally,
The Grey Company has need of your services.
Kuthral are among the deadliest of the fell spirits haunting the Slade of Shadows. As you investigate the Slade, try to banish as many of the spirits as you can, for I fear they will become an army against whom there will be no reckoning if they are not curbed. Right. Anything else? Nothing else? Wow, only 4 quests. Well, 5 if you count the wrapper. Now, let's see if I can find all of these things. And of course, kill any crows I find along the way. I suppose one way of knowing that you entered into the right area is when you start to see our demon goats here. I can deal with that. These Drugavar. I'm surprised he didn't want me to go after the hounds while I was at it. Though I suppose we already had a quest concerning the hounds, so they're not an important priority at this point. I really didn't need the Kuthral while I was doing this. Really, I really didn't need it. It was completely unnecessary. Your spirit will wither before the eye. Are you sure? Let's get a little bit of hope here. Fall into shadows. Yeah, right. That's what they all say. Let's have something to eat. Feel a little hungry now, as peckish as they say. There you go. Oh, nice and... Oh. After that last one, I'm not too keen on facing goat and spirit again at the same time. Alright, let's see. Obviously, there's our tree there. These Kuthral, yeah, they can get nasty at times. Well, I guess there was no way to avoid having 2 of them at the same. I suppose that if I waited half an hour, I might have been able to get a time when I only had to worry about 1. But this time, yeah. Quit running away as I'm doing my gambits. Really? They're acting like they don't want me to kill them for some reason. I wonder why. Not that they'll be permanently dead considering that they're spirits. Let's see. The top of the altar bears the mark of the ox. Okay. So we have an ox. Oh, not this. I almost think that, well, I suppose I should talk about this a little bit later when we run into them. But alright, so here we have the ox. Good or not. Let's see, now we... Obviously not good because these are nasty altars. As opposed to the... I'm thinking that these are things... almost a counterpoint to the to what you would have seen when we were at the Huntsman's Lodge. The hands are a bit of a pain. Alright, good. Now we got rid of that. Oh, we only have to kill 5 of those things. Well, that's good, because those there are a real pain. Alright, here we go. The cauldron appears to be empty, but it is extremely chilled to the touch and smells of death. So you can see this is some rather nasty stuff that we've got here. The top of this altar bears the mark of the Drugavar, which is... So we're fighting one here. Oh, yeah, so we had one for the ox. Now, we did not run into any evil oxen here, so you would think that if one had the symbol of the ox, we could have maybe found evil oxen. Well, let's see. And then finally, this one is... The top bears the mark of the stag. Well, as for evil stags, you could just ask Professor Corey Olson about that, who's constantly talking about the sinister plots of local deer populations. I appear to have thinned their numbers a bit.
What business have you with the Grey Company?
With what you discovered in the Slade of Shadows, I think I know how to ensnare Gwillian. We shall be revealed, but I think the risk is worth the gain. Oh, and what useless item do you have for me now? Actually, ooh, that's a pretty nice finesse rating. I think I better look into that further.
The Grey Company has need of your services.
Matters here are more dire than I had first believed, Pineleaf. From your description, I believe the cauldron that rests within the Slade of Shadows is the fabled Dutagal. Legend tells that it is a relic once kept by the necromancer of Dol Guldur, lost when he was driven forth by the White Council. It's rumored to have the power to create an army of whites. If I'm correct, Gwillian is trying to use it on behalf of Saruman. She must be stopped. For this, I have a plan. Speak with me when you are ready. Ooh. What is this plan, and will it succeed? We'll have to find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.